What's up guys, Perry from Rockville here, and today I'm going to teach you how to set up your RBG15FA 15-inch powered subwoofer. This is the perfect sub for supplying the low end for any live performances, recording setups, band rehearsals, DJ events, and much more. So as you can see, it comes with the subwoofer itself, a power cable, and optional attachable wheels that we can set up to the back of the subwoofer for easy transport. To add the attachable wheels, we'll just want to remove the bolts on the back of the speaker using any ratchet or wrench. After that, you'll just want to line up the holes on your wheels to the holes on the back of your sub and screw the bolts back in to hold the wheels in place. Then you can flip the sub on its back with the wheels attached for the easy transport. Now, two of these wheels have the ability to swivel around, so this way we have more control when moving the subwoofer. And after you're done transporting the sub, you'll just want to put it back on its feet. So now let's go over the controls on the RBG15FA. Starting with the level knob, this is what we're going to want to use to set the level coming out of the subwoofer. Next we have the phase switch, which will delay the incoming signal coming into the sub between 0 and 180 degrees. And you would just want to use this to better integrate the sub with your system. So now the sub also comes with all these different LED lights. Starting with the power light, this will tell you when the sub is turned on. The protect light will indicate when the sub goes into protect mode because of any malfunctions in your setup. The signal light indicates any signal coming into the sub, and the limiter light, which will flash on when the built-in limiter on the sub kicks in to avoid it from peaking. The RBG15FA also has two combo input jacks, so we can use 1/4 inch or XLR connections. Above that we have the XLR thru outputs, which will send the full range of signal to any additional speakers or subs. And we also have the high-pass preamp XLR outputs, which we can use to send anything from 120 Hz up to any powered speakers or preamps. The sub also comes with its own crossover to adjust the low-end frequencies coming out of our sources that come out through the subwoofer, and any high-end frequencies that come out of the speakers connected to the sub. So one of the ways we can set up our subwoofer is with a couple of powered speakers and a passive mixer. So let's get to that right now. Alright, so here I have my two powered speakers and my passive mixer that I'm going to connect to my subwoofer. So first I'm going to connect my passive mixer to the sub. To do that, I'm going to need two XLR cables. I'm going to take my female ends and plug them into the XLR outputs of my mixer. Then I'm going to take my male ends and plug them into the XLR inputs on my sub. Remember, you can also use the 1/4 inch inputs on your sub if your mixer or external device has 1/4 inch outputs. So now I can connect my subwoofer to my speakers using the thru XLR outputs or the high-pass preamp XLR outputs. So because we're using active speakers in this setup, I'm going to go ahead and use the high-pass preamp outputs. So again, I'm going to need two XLR cables. I'm going to take the female ends and plug them into the high-pass preamp outputs. Then I'm going to take my male ends and plug them into the XLR line inputs on our speakers. So now I can go ahead and turn on my mixer, then I'll turn on my sub, then I'll go ahead and turn on my speakers. So now we'll want to raise the level knob on our subwoofer, then we'll want to raise the volume on our speakers, then we'll want to raise the main left and right outputs on our mixer, and then we'll raise the volume on the channel we're using for music playback. So now that we've got everything connected, leveled, and ready to go, I'm going to start with the subwoofer volume all the way down so that we hear the high pass output coming out of our speakers first without the sub. Okay, so now you're hearing the high end coming out. You're hearing a little bit of bass response, which is cool, but we really want to hear that sub kick in. So here we go. Yeah. Really vibrates and fills out the whole room. That is crazy. Gonna turn it up some more. Woo! Yeah. So you'll also notice that the RBG15FA comes with these leg inserts here so that we can stand a speaker right on top of the sub. And it even comes with a pole mount socket that we can use to insert a speaker pole, which would be great to use for live or DJ setups. Now remember, you can use the XLR thru outputs here on the sub to expand your setup even further with additional subwoofers, speakers, etc. So I hope this showed you guys how easy it is to set up your RBG15FA 15-inch powered subwoofer. But of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to our customer support team through phone or email. As always guys, I'm Perry from Rockville, and we'll see you next time.